it's Shannon.
And Paul.
And today we're here with our question and answer video.
Yes, we are.
So in one of the recent vlogs I did, I had asked you guys to submit some questions that we would answer. We have a big pile, I think of 5 pages right here of questions. We don't have everybody's question. There were just so many, but I tried to pick ones that we could answer, and a lot of you had very similar questions, so hopefully we'll kind of answer everything. If not, we'll do a Q&A part 2.
Yep, yeah, so be sure to leave comments if you have a different question or a follow-up or something.
Yeah. So okay, so I'm just gonna kind of read these and then we'll take turns kind of answering.
Okay.
If that works.
Sounds good.
Okay, so unserious. Oh, by the way, I want to say I'm sorry if I mispronounce anybody's names.
Yes.
I just apologize in advance.
Okay.
Okay, so Unserious said, what's your guys' favorite Disney movie and your favorite animal?
Okay, my favorite Disney movie, that changes over time. Probably Ratatouille. Actually, most definitely Ratatouille.
He's Remy.
Is my favorite Disney movie. But if you're going to claim that that's Pixar, so my true Disney movie probably would be Little Mermaid, because I love the music in The Little Mermaid. Especially the song Kiss the Girl.
Yes.
Okay.
If you go to Disney World and ride the Little Mermaid ride, there's a scene where you might hear Paul sing, "Just kiss the girl."
There might be.
And your favorite animal?
Favorite animal, probably a cat.
Okay.
How about you?
My favorite Disney movie recently changed. No surprise. Beauty and the Beast, live action, is now my favorite Disney movie. If you want to just go off animated movies, I liked Frozen a lot. Okay. And my favorite animal is a cat too.
All right.
Okay, The Heart Rockets. What's your favorite book and your favorite movie?
That's a tough one because I like movies so much. So really, my favorite movie is going to depend on what kind of mood I'm in. Let's see. That's just really tough. I'll just go with a classic pick and say Star Wars as a whole, especially the original trilogy. But if I had to narrow it down to a favorite movie, I would probably say The Empire Strikes Back. There are literally hundreds of movies which I think are great and easily could be in my top 5 or top 10 if I was making a list, just depending on what mood I was in or how I was feeling that day. Okay. Okay.
My favorite movie, Beauty and the Beast.
Okay.
So I just like really am obsessed with that movie right now. So.
Favorite book for me, that's another tough one, again, for the same reasons I just described. I read a lot of nonfiction books as well as a lot of fiction books. So I'm just going to narrow it down to fiction, and I'll give you my favorite author. I like pretty much everything that John Grisham writes. He writes legal thrillers, a lot of courtroom battle stuff, and I enjoy reading those.
Cool.
So.
Okay, I don't really necessarily have a favorite book. I love to read, but I like so many different types of books. One of the books that I've read recently that I liked a lot is The Selection. I didn't read the entire series, but I read the first couple and I really enjoyed that. I always know it's a good book if I can't put it down.
It's good.
Oh, so my favorite types of books now are fairy tale retellings.
Oh, okay.
So I read like a Beauty and the Beast retelling and a Cinderella retelling. I like that. So, okay. So the next thing is from Tiffany Waltman Howell. You didn't really have a question on here. I just liked your comment. It was happy belated anniversary. So I filmed that video on our anniversary.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Tiffany Waltman Howell.
Yep. So she said, you're kind of similar. My hubby and you and your hubby are kids at heart and love playing with your 6-year-old daughter, and I just thought that was really cool.
Yep. So shout out to you, Tiffany.
Yep. And your 6-year-old daughter. Hi.
Yep. Hello.
Don't know if you watch PSToyReviews or not, but if you do, hi. Okay, Light Lunch Boy says, where, if you do you display all of the toys you open? Thank you, Jack from the UK.
Okay.
Hi to the UK.
Jack Oak.
I think it's the UK.
Okay. So we kind of have a rotating display.
Yes.
We open up so many toys and we get so many cool ones that we really like. I don't think we have any full collections of anything, do we? That we've kept.
Shopkins right now, but I think we're missing some because we gave away some.
But even Shopkins, like we had full collections of Shopkins before, but as we've given stuff away, we no longer have had full collections, nor is it important for us to keep.
Right, because we're just overrun with stuff.
So what we do is we like to open stuff until we're always on the quest to have the full have opened the full collection, but we don't necessarily keep the collections whole. after we've opened them up. And as far as displaying stuff, we have several bookshelves throughout our house that we display stuff on, but that display rotates because we'll keep something for sometimes a few weeks, sometimes a few months. Some things have been around for a few years, but really nothing has a permanent home, I don't think. Because
that's true.
You know, we'll let it go after a while.
Yep. Pretty good.
Okay.
Good answer.
All right.
Okay, Stacy H, you had some really nice things to say, so thank you. As far as questions go, you said they're silly ones. One, what is eye primer and what do people use it for?
That's a great question. Eye primer is something that primes your eye.
Very good. It is. So
no idea.
I never used to use eye primer myself, and I used to watch some makeup gurus on YouTube and they started using it. I'm like, what is this? They're always talking about this. Let me just try it. So I use one by Urban Decay. It's basically like well, it's a primer. I don't know how
like Paul said. Paul, the makeup expert.
So if you put it, for me personally, I have found if I put it on, my eyeshadow will last and stay on all day, versus if I just put my eyeshadow directly onto my eyes, it'll wear off within a couple hours.
Yeah. Now, I will say that Shannon's eyes look amazing today.
Oh, thank you.
YouTube's great because of just all the different tips and stuff from all kinds of people out there. I've learned a lot from people who do cooking stuff.
YouTube's awesome.
Shannon's learned a lot of makeup stuff, so yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay, you also asked, do we give out blind bags on Halloween? No, we don't, although that would be fun. Kind of this year, well, last year we weren't here on Halloween, and what I would like to do is just give out full-size candy bars.
Yeah, full-size candy bars.
That's kind of what I think is the most fun to do. And I loved this question, so hopefully we're still on the first page, you guys. I hope you go get some popcorn and coffee or something.
We might need to do part 2 of this.
Paul, she wants to know what your weirdest experience delivering for UPS was. I thought that was a great question.
Boy, I wish I would have...
You need to think about it for a minute?
I need to think about that for a minute. We might need to come back to that.
Okay, so he'll come back to that. Or it'll be in part 2, because I loved that question.
No, I know exactly. Okay, so I know what a definitely a weird or unusual experience was. There's actually 2 that stand out in my mind. So I'll tell you about those. This may or may not be the weirdest, so I reserve the right to go back and tell you the weirdest. UPS started a policy of transporting live animals. And you guys may or may not know this, but UPS as a company transports some of the largest animals in the world. We've actually relocated whales for SeaWorld. Not in the brown truck that delivers into your neighborhood and stuff.
That's a pretty weird one.
Yeah. But they started doing small exotic pets like reptiles. So I actually delivered a live snake to somebody.
Nope, Shannon out.
It was a boa constrictor.
Nope.
It was in a little styrofoam cooler, so I didn't know what was in it.
No.
But the person opened it right in front of me. It was a snake live.
No.
Very pretty one, actually, too.
No. I will never be a UPS delivery driver, ever.
So I actually think that they stopped that policy, just so you know. I've delivered a whole lot of crickets and live bees to the university.
Oh, can you imagine if the bees got loose in the truck?
Yes,
oh, that'd be horrifying.
As well as a bunch of live ladybugs. So all kinds of live animals. But the other crazy experience centers around a live lizard. And this was back when I was not delivering packages, but when I was unloading the big semi-trucks. Somebody else unloaded a lizard box. They didn't know what lizard was in it, but the box broke open and the lizard went running free.
Uh-oh. So it wasn't an expensive lizard.
Yeah, it probably was. But anyway, yeah, we had a big lizard running around the warehouse.
Oh, that's funny.
Was kind of making some people anxious.
Yeah. One of my favorite stories of Paul with UPS is he was delivering something to a really nice house. And it was like a overnight, like special delivery envelope with documents in it.
Oh, I remember this.
And the people, what are the kind of dogs the people had?
Mastiffs.
They're huge. The dog went and got the package and was running away with it, eating it. And Paul's like fighting with the dog. He said, no, you can't eat that.
Yeah, and there's 2 Mastiffs. And I mean, these are full grown. I mean, they probably weighed as much as I did at the time.
I think that's so funny.
Yeah.
I can just picture it. So, okay. So Brylan says, how did you and Paul meet and how old are Simon and Ella? I don't know. How old are Simon and Ella? I always forget.
Ella is now
or 3.
She's 2. Like 2.5 going on 3.
Yeah.
Simon is what, 7? Just
sure.
about. Give or take.
Yeah.
Give or take.
I think he joined our family in 2012.
And he was a year old.
And he was...
So he's either 6 or 7.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And we met... Paul was in the military. He was in the Marines. And my friend and I went... We were on base, on the Marine base in California. That's where we met. We were there. I was taking something back to somebody that I used to date. And my friend was driving. And Paul, there was a public bus pulled over on the side of the road. And we're approaching the bus. And it's like a fast speed limit road.
55 miles an hour.
And Paul gets off and runs right across the street in front of the bus. And my friend slams on her brakes. Like, seriously, we almost hit him. And he was
I would
like,
have been fine.
He was like, oh, sorry. And you were 18 at the time. He was hot. And she's like, let's go talk to him. I'm like, go ahead. Because I was crying. It was not a pretty moment.
I didn't know all that.
I told her, I'm like, yeah, go talk to him, go see. And so she pulled over and
just casted me off, just brushed me aside. Oh yeah, you go talk to him. I want nothing to do with him.
So we went over and he came up to her side of the car, the driver's side, and started talking to her. And then next thing I know, he came over to my side and started talking to me, and the rest is history. So
Yep. It was love at first sight for me.
I'm glad she didn't kill him.
Yeah. I had no idea she was crying or upset.
Which is funny because when I cry, you can't hide it. I get all red and blotchy and puffy and it's just not pretty. Anyway, okay, so that was funny. That's a good question. Okay, still page 1. Oh my gosh. Does this tell us how long?
12 minutes in.
Oh my. Okay, this is another good one, but a long one. This is from Mama. Love your video. We have some questions for you. When and why did you move to North Carolina? Have you always collected toys? When did you start doing videos? Thank you so much and happy anniversary. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, yes.
So we moved to North Carolina in
2004.
Yes, 2004. Why is, and this is going to address somebody else's question that comes up later. They said, Paul said he's from Maryland. Where are you from?
Right.
I was born and raised in California, Southern California to be exact. And I met Paul in California when he was there with the Marines.
Southern California, to be exact.
And San Diego, to be... No. So anyway, we met, and it really was love at first sight. I think so. This is a bonus. Nobody asked this. Bonus. I think Paul proposed to me after we knew each other, just under a month and a half.
Yeah.
It was just over a month, but not a month and a half. He proposed, and I said yes. So we can tell that in a future story. That's or a future video. That's kind of funny, the whole proposal thing. But
funny, embarrassing.
Anyway, I guess it was love at first sight.
It was.
It still worked. We're still together. So anyway, so he stayed in California because I told him that I never wanted to move out of California because that's where I grew up. I felt like that's where my parents were, my family. It just felt like it was home. So he said, okay, no problem. I'll move and stay here. And he always hated it. He just was not a California kind of person.
Yeah, there were just a lot of things that I was used to growing up on the East Coast in Maryland. I had 4 seasons.
Yeah, you don't get that in Southern California.
You don't get that in Southern California. You basically get rain sometimes.
Every now and then.
And
hot.
Yeah, and it's either very warm or hot.
Yeah. Because we lived in the desert area, so it was hot.
Yeah.
So anyway, I said he hated it, but it wasn't like he was miserable.
Hey, yeah, it was just...
But he kind of was always like, hey, we could move somewhere else. And I was always against it. And then one day I was just like, okay, well, we could look at somewhere else.
Right. And just so you guys have a little bit of context, Shannon, as a kid, really never traveled.
No.
So I had seen...
Not really outside of California.
I had seen the entire East Coast, north and south, as well as... I've also been to Canada. So
that's a question coming up.
That's a question coming up as well. So I had been to Montreal. So I kind of knew what a lot of different areas looked like, and Shannon really only knew what one area looked like: Southern California, Arizona, and Nevada.
And that was just over the state line into those other states.
And all those areas kind of look the same.
Yeah, pretty much.
So anyway.
So anyway, so I told him that, you know, I would be fine. I was ready to go somewhere. So we made a list of some different states. We didn't know anybody in North Carolina.
Nope, nobody.
Didn't know the area.
Nope.
I actually went to an online message board and asked people for recommendations.
Recommendations.
Stop, you weirdo. So anyway, that's
just what living with me is like.
That's how we ended up moving here, because I made a list. Like Arizona, Texas.
Texas was kind of low down on the list.
Where else was there?
We looked a little bit at Oregon and Washington State.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arizona was on the list. Arizona, I felt like, was a strong contender.
So I made a list of the positives and negatives, and at the time our kids were, well, our oldest was in school and our youngest was going to be starting, so I wanted to move somewhere that had good schools.
Right.
So that was kind of the most important thing. But we got on a plane, we flew out here into, well, it was like midnight when we got into North Carolina.
Yes.
And we woke up the next morning and it had snowed and it was gorgeous. Yeah. So I lived in California. We didn't have snow unless you went up into the mountains, but we hardly ever did that. So it was just like a blanket of white everywhere. I'm like, that's it. I love North Carolina. That's it. And
yeah, it was cool.
In that same trip, we bought a house. We got an apartment lined up so we could move out here and rent the apartment, because our house wouldn't be ready until later in the year. And we wanted our kids to be able to start school, because our youngest was going to be starting kindergarten, and you know, we didn't want to move at the end of the year. So anyway, yeah, that's how we got here. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
That was part one of their question. Have you always collected toys? No. When I was a young baby, I did not collect toys, and I'm not sure about Shannon.
Funny.
No. So I'll answer that. No, we probably started actually collecting toys as adults. Now, I do remember having Star Wars toys as a young boy, and on the back of Star Wars toys, there was a checklist and it said collect them all. And I thought how cool that would be to do that, but I didn't really put a whole lot of effort into that, nor did I have the money as a child to do that.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe was the exact same way for me, and Transformers. So while I acquired toys, I didn't collect them. I think the first thing I ever collected was baseball cards.
Yeah. And then he started collecting Barbies with me.
I did.
So Paul, he likes fashion. He's a great husband. I do. He likes fashion. He likes shoes, makeup, whatever. It's fun because I get to, he is my best friend and I get to go shopping and do all that fun stuff.
I like shopping for that stuff for Shannon. Like I don't like that so much for myself, because I think I think like women's fashion is really pretty, and I think women are very pretty in, you know, nice clothes and stuff. So that's something that interests me. Guys stuff, it's like, whatever. So yeah.
So anyway, I remember being pregnant with our oldest, and we would be going to Toys R Us, and at the time they had a line of Barbie clothes called Fashion Avenue, and they were like designer Barbie clothes. They weren't just like the basic. They were really pretty and really cool and came in cool packaging, and I wish Mattel would make them again.
Yeah.
But yeah, we would go and get kind of that stuff, and then, you know, it just kind of went from there. Okay. Carly Nellis says, how did you get into doing toy reviews, and do your kids think you're crazy? By the way, it was just your birthday like about a week ago, I think. So happy belated birthday to you. Our kids do think we're crazy.
Yes.
They don't think we're as cool as we think we are. Imagine that.
No, they don't. They just don't understand.
They don't. Yeah. They don't understand how crazy awesome we are.
And probably if we have parents watching, which I'm sure we do,
yes,
your kids probably don't understand how awesome you are either. So I'm just going to say right now to all the kids watching,
yes,
your parents are actually very awesome.
Your parents are awesome. Very good.
Unless they're not.
How did we get into doing toy reviews? That's kind of an easy one, so I'll say it really quick.
Okay.
So we had toys laying around the house all the time. We were opening them. We thought it was fun, and I used to do a YouTube channel a long time ago just for fun, where I would do scrapbooking things. So I kind of knew about videos and, you know, how to do it. Mm-hmm. And I thought, I'm just gonna film one of these and see how it goes, and that's how we got into it. And then Paul and I started this channel, Paul and Shannon's Life, together, and this was initially going to be the channel that we were going to do YouTube with, and then our toy channel just really took off, and it took a while to get back to this one. So
yeah,
hey, he's messing up my things.
Sorry, I was just looking at, we're like at over the 20-minute mark.
Okay, so quick.
Okay.
Alicia Lynn says, Hi, Shannon, Paul. I have 3 questions. Where'd you guys meet? We answered that. Do you guys go to church every week? Yes.
Yes.
Unless we're out of town.
Unless we're out of town.
Or if we have family in town that doesn't want to go.
Right.
And have we ever been to Canada? I have not.
Montreal.
I want to go. So, okay. See, we're going.
Yep,
we're going
okay.
good.
All right.
Leanne Harcourt says, "What's your favorite holiday and your favorite season?" My favorite season is fall, and I guess my favorite holiday probably is Halloween too. Okay. I like Christmas a lot, but I like pumpkins and ghosts and scarecrows.
Yeah.
And
I think so. So my favorite holiday has changed. I'm with you. My favorite season is fall. My favorite holiday probably is Thanksgiving.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Christina Oates says, "Hi, I love PSToyReviews and this channel. My question is, what's your favorite part of making your videos?" Oh, the shopping. That's a favorite part of YouTube.
So the shopping and getting to interact with
shopping's fun. Yeah, so the favorite part probably of making the videos is not actually in the filming of the videos, but it's in you guys leaving comments and us reading what you have to say and like getting to
knowing that we can like touch people's lives and you know
touch. That's really awesome.
That's kind of the big thing.
Yeah, we love you guys. Okay, Feather335 says, "Paul was from Maryland. Where are you from, Shannon?" We went over that, California. "Do you like to read or watch TV?" Yes. We do. What are some of your favorite TV shows? Do you have any favorite TV shows?
Favorite TV? Wow, we watch so many. So we just discovered American Housewife. I think a fan recommended that actually, and we think that's really funny. We like Modern Family. We like The Goldbergs is one of our favorite shows. So those are comedies.
And then like superhero type shows.
Yeah, superhero type shows we watch. I feel like there's a bunch of other ones.
There is.
Okay.
We can get into that more. If you guys have more questions, you can leave them on this. Okay, Katie, happy anniversary. That's an accomplishment. Can you talk about your very first YouTube video and link to it? No. That's so embarrassing. We thought, oh, it's going to be so easy to film videos. And we turned on the camera and
lose your mind.
Laughed because neither of us said anything. Right. It was so awkward. So
yeah, you just forget how to talk. You forget how to be a human being for a few minutes in front of a camera.
Pretty much. Okay, Maja Arna or Maja? You're from Finland. I don't know how you would say that. If you couldn't do toy videos, what kind of videos would you make? Sorry for my bad English. I'm from Finland. Your English is perfect.
Your English is perfect.
I want to come visit you in Finland, okay? What kind of videos would you make? I think probably like this.
I think like this.
Yeah, I like this channel a lot. Okay, Amanda Matthews. Paul, how many years did you work for UPS?
9 years. I'm sorry, I drove the truck for 9 years and I worked in the warehouse for just about a year, so 10 years.
Yep. And Shannon, what's your favorite type of bag? I started off of designer bags. I started off with Coach and then I moved on. Okay, so we talked too long, our camera shut off.
Yep.
So I think what we're gonna do is, we're gonna go really fast and finish it.
Okay.
We're gonna do it. Okay, so I was saying my favorite bags were like Coach, Michael Kors, or Disney Dooney Burke. Okay. And you said you like Vera Bradley. Those are awesome.
I'm gonna have to move the camera over a little bit.
Yeah, fix it.
A little bit. There we go.
Sydney's Random Toy Channel says, "Do Simon and Ella ever drive you crazy?" Yes.
Yes, every morning at between 3 and 4 a.m. Simon wakes me up.
Simon has a little routine with Paul. They have this whole little thing, but Simon walks around throughout the house in the middle of the night going like, meow, like this really weird meow, and Ella eats her clothing.
So they both have their habits.
Yeah. Okay, Green Eye says, "Happy anniversary to y'all. Thank you. You don't look the age you are." Thank you.
Thank you.
You're awesome. Okay. You had just said that we did about what you and your husband did. I thought this was pretty cool because you were 19, he was 22, you guys got married, and you celebrated 36 years in October.
Wow,
so congratulations. That's awesome. You have a bunch of kids and grandkids, so that is so cool. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Cupcake Princess. What should I ask you? I think that's cute. What inspired us to make a channel? We had kind of touched on that. What's your favorite YouTube channel? PSToyReviews or this one? That's hard. I like them both.
I like them both for different reasons.
Yeah.
Both of them allow us to be creative, but just in different ways with a different voice and different take on things.
Yeah.
So.
You said, do you want to take a break sometimes because 4 videos a day is hard? Yes, there are days that we want to take a break, but then we remember that you guys are awesome and we love sharing with you, so it keeps us going.
Right.
So we do it. Okay, Juliana Kozak says, if you could live anywhere in the world but not in America, where would you live? You had other questions too, but we're gonna just do one question.
So I've never been there. I have no idea if I would like it or not, but I think Australia, although I'm terrified of Australia. Because I watched this video, like the world's deadliest creatures, and they're all from Australia.
Yeah, but do you know how many people live in Australia and they're all safe?
The animals are gonna kill them.
Sorry if you live in Australia.
No, so actually, in all seriousness, I think probably Australia is where I would want to live.
Okay.
I think.
I could maybe do Australia.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't really know where I want to live per se. I would think maybe, I don't know. There's a lot of places I want to go, but I don't know where I'd want to live. I'll have to think about that one.
Okay.
Okay. May Lydic says, how did you and Paul meet? We kind of addressed that. How did you decide to make videos? We did that. But I thought this was really important. You said, serious question. Have either of you ever had issues with anxiety and or depression? If yes, how do you deal with it?
That is a good question.
That's a great question. So Paul and I personally have not struggled with that, but we have some very close family and friends who have. And I think probably the best advice I can give you is don't be ashamed or embarrassed if you're having problems. Just ask for help and, get some help, because
it's a very common. It's very common in more people than you would think.
Yeah.
You're not going through it alone.
And the people that love you, they want to be there and help you.
Right.
So definitely, I think that's probably the best.
Right.
Okay, Jennifer LeBlanc, thank you. You comment all the time. You're awesome.
Are you related to Matthew LeBlanc?
Why did you homeschool the kids?
Because driving them to school was such a chore. I'm teasing. That's for all those car pullers out there.
That's so funny. We never thought that we would homeschool. And we moved out here, and our youngest son completed 1st grade, and our oldest completed 4th grade in public school, and they both begged to be homeschooled. I guess, it's more common around this area.
Most definitely.
In California, that was not common at all.
When we lived there, nobody homeschooled.
Yeah. I mean, I knew one family that homeschooled, but they were kind of weird, so.
Now we're the weird family.
Now we're the weird ones. So anyway, our kids begged to be homeschooled, and we kind of talked about things, and we just thought, you know what, let's go ahead and try it, and
it really worked for us.
It worked out. Yep. Okay, Snooky78 says, happy anniversary. How did you meet? Was it love at first sight?
78.
Yes.
Yes.
We talked about that. Was it? Oh yeah, this was the rest of your question.
Okay.
Was it a hard decision for Paul to quit his job at UPS and take on YouTube full time? And will Drew and Casey ever appear in vlogs? Probably not many, if at all. They don't like the camera.
Yeah. So was it a hard decision for Paul to quit his job at UPS? I'm going to answer this question as well as address several other questions that are still down here. That was a very difficult decision, but we get asked a lot, tips about creating a YouTube channel or, leaving a job, doing it full time. And it seems like there's a lot of interest in just some tips.
Just YouTube overall.
YouTube overall. So there's a lot of videos out there about, how to become a successful YouTuber. And by no means do I think that we are an authority on it. But if you would like to hear our take on it, we could maybe try and do a series of videos where we tackle a different subject each video.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
The easy answer for you, was it a hard decision for Paul to quit? Yes, it was a hard decision.
Very hard.
We talked a lot about it, thought a lot about it, and prayed a lot about it.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, Baby Cakes, you had a lot of cute, cool questions I really liked. Like one of them, do you like to watch Judge Judy? I thought that was a funny question. I have watched Judge Judy in the past. I don't watch TV anymore.
Yeah.
But one of the questions that I think we were going to go ahead and answer was...
Do you like Chinese food? Yes. Some of it.
No.
Do you have any YouTuber friends?
Yeah, do you have any YouTuber friends? I thought that was a cool question. So, we do.
We do?
They're all toy people, aren't they?
Yes. Everybody that we kind of know on YouTube is a toy person.
Yeah, so really the way you meet other YouTubers and stuff is, if you're around town and you happen to be lucky and in an area. I don't know of any others in our immediate area. But, if you go to different events and stuff, so we go to Toy Fair, so we get to meet other people. So, probably my favorite YouTuber friends of all is Brandon and Amy Jo from DCTC.
Yes.
They're awesome.
They are.
So they're probably like our closest friends.
Yeah, yeah, and then we've had the opportunity to meet a lot of other toy channels, and you know, we enjoy hanging out with quite a few of them.
Yeah.
As well, but I would say that Brandon and Amy Jo are friends.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Okay, healthy girl. What tips and ideas would you give to someone who makes videos or who wants to make videos on YouTube? So I think that goes along with what you just said.
Yeah, but the quick answer to that, just in case you're not interested in us doing a series, would be film videos that you enjoy and be yourself.
Yeah. Don't try to do what made somebody else successful.
Right.
Because you need to be authentic. You need to be real.
And unless you're filming something that you enjoy, it's going to be very difficult to pick up the camera and film it.
Yeah. Okay, Leslie Sullivan, I just turned 40 myself. Happy birthday.
You don't look that old, Leslie.
It's just paper. How do you know?
Well, it looks the same as everybody else, and we've got kids right now.
Okay, so you said you like to watch our toy videos every day. That's awesome. Thanks so much. You said you have an 8-year-old, but he watches Minecraft. Is that weird? No. Yeah. I like watching toy videos. I watch video game videos. I watch toy videos, as well as I watch, videos of adults doing stuff. So, Okay, so yeah, so you had a lot of questions about toys, which I think we answered a lot of those already. But I like this one. It's probably too nosy. You're so cute. But I'm super curious about why Paul keeps his hair so short. I thought that was really fun.
Okay, so that's a great question. So I actually used to keep my hair pretty long in high school. My hair was down,
I never knew him with
was down
long
past
hair.
my shoulders in high school, but only like
a mullet
in back, because I could never stand like long hair in
business
in my
up front, party in the back.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was called. I didn't realize how lame it looked until I looked back at pictures, and I don't have many pictures.
Okay,
of him in high school.
now he's saying lame, but I will say this was really funny. So his mom had given me some pictures of him when he was in high school, and I had them laying on my kitchen counter one day, and I had a couple friends come over, and they picked him up, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, is this Paul? He was a hottie."
These are church ladies.
Calm down, church ladies.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, so I thought that was pretty funny, but to me he looked so different. Because I just hit my hand. I've only ever known him with short hair. Okay,
so in high school I kept really long hair, and I've never felt like my hair looked good, but apparently it looked pretty good.
Apparently.
But when I went in the Marines, of course, they cut all my hair off, and that actually was very liberating for me because I didn't have to do anything to it in the morning, and so I've just kept my hair like this for 24 years
a long
now.
time.
Yeah, like 24 years now. I'll let it grow out for 3 weeks to a month,
and then I buzz it.
Yeah, I'll just cut it all off again.
Off.
So I get like 13 haircuts a year, give or take.
Pretty much.
It works out that way. It's not great, so.
Also, you said you just celebrated your 10-year anniversary. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
To you and your husband. That's awesome.
Yep.
Okay, Candace Torres says, if you could be a Disney princess for a day, who would you be and why? Same question, but as a villain. So I'm going to answer the princess. You can be a villain. Unless you want to do, you be the princess and I would be the villain.
Whatever you want.
Okay, if I could be a princess for a day, I have a great answer to this. Okay. I want to be Elsa.
Okay.
She has a lot of power and I hate being hot, so I could just like cool myself off.
Okay, that's a good reason. If I was going to be a villain, I would be Jafar, just because I think he's a great villain.
And you could like stroke your little Jafar.
So I don't like facial hair. I've never had a mustache. I've never had a beard, and I couldn't imagine having one.
You want the snake staff.
I want the snake staff is what I want.
That's pretty funny. Okay, Lynn Girl says, I know it's probably a very personal question, but why didn't you have more kids or try for a girl? Because we have 2 sons. Pretty much, I kind of always thought or wanted to have one of each. And Paul and I had talked about it and thought we'd always have like maybe 2 or 3 kids. Mm-hmm. And we had our first, and we love him to pieces, but he had colic, and we were 21 years old, and he cried until he was about 9 months old, 7 months old, somewhere in there.
Something like that.
All the time.
Yeah.
He cried.
Yeah.
All the time. Sitting, standing, rocking, driving.
Not rocking.
Crying.
Yeah, just crying.
All the time. So
I worked. I got to leave the house for most of the time.
That terrified Paul. Yeah. So Paul's like, we're not having any more of those things. And then we obviously did have one more, and so second son, and we decided that 2 was good for us. And I actually love and adore having 2 boys. I think that's pretty awesome. And maybe if we had a girl, I would have to compete. I don't know, because I'm kind of like the princess of the house.
Yeah,
so
Shannon really is. I mean,
maybe it works out. I don't know.
I would love to have a daughter, or would have loved to have had a daughter, but I'm happy with having 2 boys.
Yeah.
And Shannon.
And we have a lot of friends with girls, and we get to, hang out with them and experience girls, and we've taken some of them to the movies before and stuff, so that's kind of cool.
That's really cool. Yeah, I enjoy doing that.
Okay, so 2 things left.
2 things.
One last thing. Trekkie 386 says, congrats on 23 years. I have a few questions. When you go out vlogging in your hometown, do you ever get recognized by people that watch your channel, and how do you handle it? I can't speak anymore. So yes, we have been recognized. It was really awesome too. One year we went to Disney World and nobody knew we were going. Like, we didn't announce it or anything. Right. And a little girl came up to us in a restaurant with her dad and was like,
she was so cute.
Are you PSToyReviews? And it was so awesome. I mean, what a super observant girl to even notice.
Yeah, but we do not appear on many PSToyReviews.
No, we really don't. So, yeah, we do get recognized. It's fun. We love it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
We've probably in toy stores and restaurants is the most often place that at least people talk to us. Maybe other people recognize us, but that's like where people come talk to us.
I think that's because that's mostly where we go, which maybe is a problem.
Maybe it means we have a problem. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, if any of our viewers are ever out there and you recognize us, come say hi. We love it.
Yeah, we do. It's a very humbling experience for us.
It is.
Because it's just amazing that you'll take time out of your day to say hi.
Yeah.
But it's really cool. It's really a highlight for us.
Yeah, we love meeting people. It's really cool. You asked about merchandise. That's something that we need to get on. I'd like to do some merchandise for PSToyReviews.
We have a few ideas of things we'd like to do.
Yeah. And then just the last thing. So this isn't a question. I just thought it was super cute. Havana Elephant said, my mom has makeup that's older than me, so I wouldn't worry about your makeup. And I think that's really, really cute because I had talked about how old one of the makeups I have is, and I just thought that was awesome. Oh, and I skipped one, sorry.
Oh yeah, Kristen Beard.
Yeah, Kristen Beard. So Kristen, you write all the time. We love it. It's so cool. Kristen actually lives like somewhat close to us.
Yeah, but we've never met her.
No, but that would be cool. You said you're on vacation. Have a great vacation. And you finally, you finally had a minute to catch up. If we weren't already YouTubers, which is an awesome job, what would your dream jobs be?
Dream job.
Yeah, so we can finish with that.
Hippopotamus wrangler.
It's not a job.
It could be.
A hippopotamus wrangler. That's a weird dream job.
No, I'm not being serious, obviously.
I don't know what my dream job would be. I really feel like this is my dream job because PSToyReviews, especially, like some of the comments we get, just, oh my goodness, the kids are so sweet, and it just feels so good to know that
we help somebody get through the day, because we do get a lot of comments throughout in a day saying things like that, and some of those comments are private.
Yeah.
We get private messages and emails and stuff.
Yeah.
So knowing that we've affected somebody's life in a positive way is a
That's
really big deal. And so this really is the dream job. To answer her question just for me, in a serious manner, I think for me, there's a part of me that would kind of like to be a chef or a cook somewhere, because I do enjoy cooking. I enjoy feeding people and making people happy through food. So I think that I would have a lot of the same things that I get from YouTube in doing that.
Okay.
So if I couldn't do YouTube, maybe a chef.
I'd probably want to be like some kind of doctor or something, just helping people.
Okay.
But without the having to give shots and cut them open
Go
and
to
stuff
school for like
that.
35 years or however long.
If I could just, I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
There you go. Dream job.
Yep.
Okay, so hopefully we answered most of the questions that came in.
Yeah, I hope so, guys.
I think we did. If you have any other, you can leave them here. Maybe we'll do another question and answer. You could also let us know if you would like Paul's series about like YouTube tips and stuff. And if you have any other suggestions, you're free.
Yep.
Leave those as well.
Free to leave.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next video.
See you later.